Glenn Parker High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me today. I don't know what it is about this t-shirt. I generally don't wear t-shirts, but I fell in love with this thing, and for some reason, it's like, I don't know if I designed the artwork in another multiple simultaneous lifetime or what it is, but it's like... In any case, I digress. I usually can do a video 99% of the time from end to end without any edits, any thought. And today something wanted to share, and it's been so weird and elusive, and then finally I went through my other videos. I had an intuition to look through the other videos for inspiration, and I found one that actually triggered what I'm going to talk about today. That whole line of energy. And this might be too much information for some people, so tune out if you're adult and sexually easily offended, because I'm going to warn you right now, there's going to be some adult situation conversation going on here. So, the topic is being in integrity and in the new energy, and being able to be in the parallel reality track that's more with an integrity and the idea of manifesting the things you want faster. So, I engage in different types of fetish type of play. I'm a swinger, and I have a swinger's lifestyle, and there's this one type of play that I do quite often, and it's called Cuckold, and it is where like a subordinate male shares his female, and she's usually in charge anyway, and or he's an alpha male, and then she gets to be in charge for a little while. So effectively, I have this play that I go and do every once in a while, and she either comes to me or I go to their house, and he's either in the closet listening, and or she will call him and mute it out so he can't talk, but he can listen to our activity. Right? All right. Yes, I'm a kinky bastard. What do you want from me? So, sometimes I'll take pictures or whatnot, just like anyone would. And if you've never taken pictures, then I guess I'm the unusual one. But in any case, recently, a female in one of these engaged activities said, I don't want to be recorded anymore. I really liked it to begin with. I thought it was really hot, but my preference is now not to be recorded. And these types of roles are kind of like a give or take power play type of situation where the husband's giving away some power, and the wife is getting more power, or girlfriend, and I'm given some power in the situation. And everybody's, it is like the normal types of activities in life. It's the very old energy. So when I came back the other day on Sunday from another activity, there was some recording that went on and some other things, but the preference was, don't get my face. I'm like, well, just wear a mask or something like that. And it's not that I publish these things or I do anything with them. It's not even that I even go back and look at them. It's just like recording them at the time. I don't know, it's part of the fetish, I suppose. But I got back and I'm thinking, how could I be, because I've dumped all the recordings I've had of people that didn't really want to be recorded, or I didn't have pure permission, or if they changed their mind afterward, like this time. So I'm on the way back, I'm like, I want to be in the new energy as much as possible. I've deleted all the downloads that I haven't purchased. I only have things on my hard drive now that I purchased, or I have pure agreements with the individual. Like I have a couple channels that I do work for and do their websites, or send advice, or do something for them, and in turn I get some downloads and things like that. I'm like, what could I do to be in more integrity? Because I had this conversation with the founders, and they're saying, and it's hard to to give this type of proportion to a linear type of timeline mind. But they said, I asked them this question, like, so where am I in my potential of energy? Like, I'm feeling this unconditional love coming up and up, and over a certain amount of period, like the last 2 or 3 weeks, it hasn't been as strong as it could have been. What would be the potential? Where am I at as where I could be, like, ideally? And they said I was around 20%. So I was thinking on the way back on Sunday, what could I do to have a larger than 20%? So I was thinking of her statement where that wasn't her preference. She liked it at first, but she changed her mind. And she just didn't like the idea of it being out there. So On the way back, I deleted everything from my phone from that day. And when I got back, I actually did a clean DoD style wipe, which is like a secure government style wipe. You can get the software. Literally just turns it into digital dust. So it's gone. And I deleted everything that I had of this particular sessions for this couple. And, even personal pictures, one that she sent me that they even had permission to have. I just wiped it out. I'm like, I don't need any of that stuff. The activity alone is sufficient, and she's not participating in this idea anymore, so why should I have any of this stuff? So I texted her. I'm like, I like to think that I'm a high integrity person, and I like to do unto others as I would want done unto me, and to be the change that you want to see in the world. I said, I just deleted all the stuff. I said, I know I had, that you didn't mind at the time, but since it's not your personal preference now, and you've been a really good sport about this whole process, I deleted it all, and it's now cybernetic dust. I hope you didn't want any of that, because now it's gone. And she it took a while, but she replied back. She's like, oh, wow, you're such a gentleman, and thank you. I'm like, I like to be as energetically representative of what I would want done to me if I had changed my mind or wanted something different in any type of idea, whether it be a business circumstance or this type of situation, that I'd want somebody to do the same type of thing for me, because it is now my personal preference. It is now the agreement between the two people. There was never an explicit agreement that I could or could not record, and she didn't object, but until later, she liked it at the time, but later, it wasn't quite the preference. And then you're vetting out your personal preferences during all this types of play anyway. So, younger, getting an idea of what they wanted to do. And that was one thing. So I just shredded all of it. And I'm like, ooh, as soon as I did that, I felt better. As soon as I communicated with her, it felt better. And then last night, I was doing dishes or something, and unconditional love was just like all over the place, and all these types of things were coming in, and it feels even, I'm not feeling it as to the strength I felt it then, but just the overall harmonic is higher, and it kind of feels like instead of 20, it's like 25% now. So I'm like, ooh, baby steps. If I could just do little things like that are high integrity and within the new energy, and then a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, it would be 20 and 25 and 27 and 28 and 30, and it would go up higher and higher and faster. So you'd be in the new eddy, in the new energy of the last part of the span between now and the end of 1919, which would be the beginning of 2020. And to be on the parallel reality track that would be within your highest excitement. So, long ass story to get to the point, but I think it's important to realize that, that was in integrity in the beginning, and then it changed to the agreements of the people and the circumstances, and I energetically recognized that, and I'm like, well, let me address that concern. Let me just fry all that stuff. I don't need it. It was just fun to do at the time as part of what was going on. It wasn't, to put on the internet or anything like that. Everybody takes dirty pictures from time to time. Well, most people take dirty pictures from time to time. At least most of the people that I know. And without the intent of, putting it out there for others to see. So I'm like, well, that's not something that you want out there. You don't want it even existing, is basically what, she didn't even ask to delete the old stuff. She said, well, I just don't want to be recorded anymore. And I'm like, okay, so that's what I did to be in higher integrity, as a long-ass story to get to the point, but it really energetically, you could feel the upliftment, and it had been a while since I had that level of unconditional love. So I would ask yourself what you could do on a daily basis, examining these types of ideas and interrelationships that you have to be in more integrity, whether it's repaying a debt, and it doesn't have to be monetarily. You could go and bring them a dinner, or go by and do the dishes for them, or do a little cleanup. It's energetic balance in these ideas where you've had some energy intake. Is there some deficit that you haven't put back out? It doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily. It could be any number of ways you could, balance that out. We always think, as those types of energetics to be monetary. It's convenient just here. here's a damn gift card for $100. Go away. I'm energetically balanced out. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on what it was. Like a parent giving you a car when you were a kid, or an ex-lover doing this or that for you. So it's any number of ideas. A coworker covering for you when you actually are not able to get to work or had to go see family, or any number of ideas. Just suggesting to examine your relationships and energetics of them, and the agreements that you have. Are you within integrity of the agreements that you have? Whatever those agreements are. And they do dynamically change, as you can tell from this story. That feels like everything that wants to share. Boys and girls, thank you for joining me. It's Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Coaching life, business, and spiritual. Don't forget retreats. Down below in the description, there are any number of things. You got the links for the retreats, for Twin Flames coaching, for energy upgrades from all the different channels that I like and people that I think are in the new energy, email, social media, all this stuff. Woo! And if you do like this video, or it was useful for you, do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for joining me.